everyone, and welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show.
So funny, I was like super empowered. I don't think I could sleep.
Still follows the same rules, has the same characters and all that stuff,
Yes.
but it just tweaks it a little bit.
You're reading fantasy, and it's so grounded. It's so completely grounded in reality.
Rule clarification, if we both get it wrong, do we get bonus points?
Soldier Simmons, it is my pleasure to now pin you, raising you from the rank of soldier to dedicated.
That didn't happen in the book, but it was awesome.
I nailed it.
I nailed that.
I nailed it. Let me bring you comfort about Egwene. I know you haven't seen her in a month, but let me tell you this story about how badass she is right now.
That fight scene, my boy went through 5 daggers.
Everybody's flower is different. I think we learned that in the books. This is I think for me, top 5 moments ever on screen.
When I read it, I felt empowered. I felt called to action.
One of the best quotes in the whole series is when Gaul says, "Do you like to dance, Baron Ibarra?"
The Knights Who Say Chill.
AKA the band of really, really nice good guys.
Let a couple more drink on.
You're saying everywhere.
I am.
Do you have a chaser should you need it?
Can I have a little bit of mine too?
Don't know.
Yo, this is good.
Young people do like this now or something instead of this.
Oh, they do. It's like this.
It's the heart emoji.
Don't jiggle, jiggle.
It folds. I like the way you wiggle.
You
Oh,
wiggle.
show.
We're going to review the entirety of season 1 of the Wheel of Time. The whole thing!
Finale of Rings of Power.
Welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show! Hello, and welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show, everyone. We are back. Well,
Hello.
They've been here. Tavern and Winespring have. I am back, and it feels really good to be back. It's been a while. I apologize, everyone, for the slightly late start. This is the first time that I am multi-streaming to also TikTok vertically, so that's pretty weird. But if you're watching on TikTok, hey, what's up? I'll try and look at all the chat, but it's gonna be weird. I see you all on YouTube. Thank you all for being here. It's amazing that we have so many people right out of the gate for the first stream back on my channel. Thank you all for being here. Yay. Some of you may know that I have been on maternity leave. I just had a little baby dragon almost 5 months ago, and he's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love him so much. And thank you all for being patient with me as I've taken my time to not only be pregnant, because I know I was pretty absent while I was pregnant because it was a lot, but also while I have been having a little baby to deal with and take care of. So yay. Yeah, little guy. He's great though, and he's asleep right now. So that's why I'm back.
Winespring, do you remember when the first time she told us that we were the best thing that ever happened to her?
That's all I heard tonight already. So did she say something different?
Just saying.
You're already breaking the rules. We're supposed to wait to talk. Yeah. So.
Okay. Oh my gosh, Taylor who says I heard that quiet countdown.
Oh yeah. I was gonna tell you later that you can be heard when you're doing that.
Yeah. That's amazing. Okay, well, great.
It was so good.
Thanks everyone for letting me know that. I didn't realize my mic was working on that screen. You know what? Sometimes we make mistakes in our first time back in many, many minutes. So anyways, we are here for the Wheel and Chill Show. Y'all, we're not here to talk about me or my mistakes. Oh my gosh, there are people in the live chat on TikTok. This is happening, everyone.
Yes!
But you know what?
Yay!
We're not here to talk about any of that. We're here to talk about the Wheel of Time trailer for season 3 that just came out last Wednesday. And for the first hour of this stream, we're here to talk about it with a show-only guest, someone who has not read the books at my request, actually, so thank you so much for that. I know it's terrible. Literally, she was like, my sister finished them. I feel like I have to read them. And I was like, not yet. The people, they love you. You have to be a show-only guest.
How do you feel that she tells everybody else to read the books?
Yeah, I feel a little left out at this point. But at least I have her to blame, so that's good.
That is good.
Which is so funny because I feel like everyone else in the world that I talk to about this, I'm like, you need to read the books. And then they do read the books and they're like, you're the one that got me to read the books. And I'm like, I love that.
Yeah.
It will happen, I hope, eventually. So the reason that there is no spoiler scroller up right now is because we are only talking about the show, what we've seen so far in seasons 1 and 2, what we've seen in the teaser, and what we've seen in the trailer. And that's it, because Maggie doesn't know anything, and we want to keep it that way for season 3. So I kind of talked around this. This is my cousin. Which direction? This is my cousin, Maggie. My beloved cousin. We grew up together. Obviously, we weren't reading the same books at the time that I read Wheel of Time. But she is excited, I think, about the Wheel of Time season 3. And so at my request, she did watch the trailer. And so, sorry, I'm messing with the volumes. Let me know if everybody sounds okay, by the way, in the chat. I'll keep an eye on it. But so let's just, you know what? I'm getting way ahead of myself. We always do introductions first. I apologize. So this is my cousin, Maggie. She has not read the books. Maggie, feel free to introduce yourself however you'd like, but perhaps as a prompt, I'll say, what is your favorite book series, or have you read any books that you've liked lately? Oh, actually, I know what you've read lately.
Yeah,
that was a really leading question. But yeah, go ahead.
We last summer did a sibling reading through Brandon Sanderson's. Okay, I'm blanking.
Stormlight
what did
Archive.
I read? Yeah, the Stormlight Archive. And wait, see, I'm so bad at names. So we read the first 4 in a row to be ready for the 5th one's release.
Nice.
And that was quite an experience. It was a lot of reading, and I got a little competitive, so that was good.
How'd the competition go?
Yeah, I won every book actually, so it feels good. It feels good to be the least fantasy reading person and somehow still pull out the victory. So
let's get a W for winner in chat for Maggie. W's in chat for winning.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've read lately that I have liked.
You did like it. I was going to say, enjoyed?
Yeah, I did. It was interesting. I have so many thoughts, but yeah, I think overall a good read.
When they finished, because I want to say that Ben said he was on day
He's
7.
on day 8.
Oh, he's on
or
day
something.
8 now.
And
Yeah.
I think Annie's only on day 2. So
well, when they finish, we might have to do a cousins stream just to hash it all
Oh,
out.
gosh. Whoa.
That's fun.
I know, it's pretty exciting. Okay, well, you got tons of W's in the chat. Jessica Sedai, Land Fears Bow, Not All Who Wander Are Lost, Winespring, Wrapped in the Void. Hey, that's a cool name. Like that name. Scott Stroud, Pretty Dark. Lots of W's. Lots of W's for Maggie.
And Megan Sedai on X, too.
Well done.
Throwing it out everywhere.
Okay, so let's see. So we got the books that you've read. Amazing. And we're happy, and we're going to talk to you about the trailer very soon. Winespring, how about you introduce yourself?
Hey, that's me on Winespring. Winespring Cafe on X. WinespringCafe.com is my website where you can find Wheel of Time recipes. And right now we are streaming on YouTube, and I know TikTok, but also on X, which is awesome. We actually have some viewers there engaging in chat. So hey to you guys, glad you're here. Always awesome to grow the Will and Chill, family wherever we can be. So that's great. And don't forget to like and subscribe on all those channels, because this is going to be a really fun season. Season 3 is going to be great.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yay.
Thank you, Winespring. Okay, eat her food, winespringcafe.com. Okay, Tavern, go ahead.
Hey, I am Ta'veren Tavern. I do merch and stuff. I TikTok once in a blue moon. I am a co-host here on this show. I'm also a semi-regular on The Way of the Leaf for Tavern Talk, I think is what it is, on Sunday nights. And we have a lot of fun there. And yeah, that's me.
He's killing
And we play Nights Who Say Chill also.
Oh, yeah, we play Nights Who Say Chill. D&D.
And for the time being, Nights Who Say Chill will stay on Tavern's channel. I would like to thank Tavern for taking over the Wheel and Chill show in my absence. He's been slaying as the host of the host co-host. I don't know what to call it, but he's been doing great. And so if you want to watch,
sorry, I forgot something. Can I add it in? It's brand new. I've only been doing it for a month and a half. On Thursdays at 11 a.m. Central, we've been doing spaces on X where we're inviting anyone to jump on the stage and just talk about the Wheel of Time. So definitely come. It's voice only. You don't even have to get ready, So definitely be there.
Perfect.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to try to remember that every time.
last thing, Megan said or Megmaz brought it up in chat because I forgot. I do host on occasion the Wheel of Time Drunken Spelling Bee, in which really intelligent people who have read the books millions of times come on and get negative points because they can't spell shit.
Rude.
Well, I mean,
am I wrong?
Wheel of Time is tough when it comes to spelling. Let's just say that's it.
It is.
Thank you.
It is.
It's a rough.
I have so much fun. Anyways, that's it for me.
Okay, great. I'm Kritter XD. I already kind of explained that I have been on maternity leave, but I haven't explained what I do in the Wheel of Time fandom, and that is TikTok, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm Egwene Alvear on Twitter, and I'm on Blue Sky, and I'm also Kritter XD on Twitter. I'm Kritter XD basically everywhere. I've got a Discord where we talk about Wheel of Time, Lord of the Rings, all kinds of stuff. I have a podcast with Jessica Sadai, who is one of my mods in the chat. What up? It's called But Are There Dragons? And for the year, a little more than a year, while I was pregnant and leading up to having my baby, we read through The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, Jessica for the very first time. And so all of those episodes, we read through them a few chapters at a time. So there's like 8 to 10 episodes per book. And we talked about, the ins and the outs, because I really wanted to get into the nitty gritty of The Lord of the Rings, because it had been like 20 years since I'd read them. And I claim to be a super fan, right? Because I've seen the movies 8,000 times. So it was such a fun time with Jessica. We did that. The podcast is not over. It's just on hiatus. We will be coming back, and I am excited to announce what we're going to be reading next. It's not going to be the Silmarillion at first. And we're kind of changing the podcast into a bit of a book club. Instead of doing it like a couple chapters at a time, I think we're going to do like a book per month or something like that. So it's easier on us, because that was a lot. And so, yeah, check out But Are There Dragons anywhere you get your podcasts. Check out me on TikTok and all that stuff, and that's amazing. And if you're here on YouTube, thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video. It helps with the algorithm, and we want more Wheel of Time content getting everywhere because the show is about to start. Did I talk fast enough for you all? Okay, great, perfect. Now let's talk about the trailer, because that intro took a little bit. But it's really good to be back, and it's good to see you all in the chat. Maggie, first impressions.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm so excited though. Okay, first impression for real was me being like, is this gonna be like every movie I've watched recently where the trailer's better than the movie? Like, because the trailer was so good that I was a little bit worried that everything good happened in the trailer. I don't think that's actually true, but that was my first impression, yeah.
Okay. Are all the good things happening in the trailer? That's fair, because it's kind of a banger. You know what we should do, actually?
It's so good.
We should watch it. All right, so I'm going to flip screens here. I'm going to flip over. I'm going to flip screens. It's going to be great. And then I'm going to show the trailer. Okay, so everyone, nobody panic. I think this is going to work.
We're going to listen and we're not going to judge.
Exactly. Oh, wait, I need to turn on the music.
The world is changing. A tide sweeping us along against our control. We cannot stand behind these walls and pretend we still have control.
This tower is destroying itself from the inside out.
If the White Tower does not bend the knee to Randall Thor, he will lose the last battle.
There's not enough ale in the world to deal with this.
They won't just come for Rand. They'll come for all of us.
We're going to the last place anyone would ever look for me.
You do not belong here.
Our people have been waiting for the Karakarn's arrival. To think it might be you.
Each step forward is a step backwards through time.
Do you love her?
What did you see in the rings?
In every future where I lived, Rand dies. And the only way he lives is if I don't.
We don't win battles with politics and prophecies. We win with armies.
Get ready! Cut! Loose!
Make them believe in you, and they will follow you to the ends of the earth.
This is what I was born to do.
Oh my god. Every time I watch it. Okay, I got it. Boop. It's gone now.
Woo! It's still playing. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. For you. Yeah, okay. Because it's on a bit of a delay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right. So.
Woo!
Trailer lottery involved. Thank you. Not all who wonder or lost. I always welcome volume feedback because I don't know what's going on except for what's in my headphones. So I appreciate you. Just circling back to the chat before we really dive in. Let's see. There was a couple things that I really appreciated. Jose Olivero. W's for the wheel weaves as the wheel wills. Such a good point. Larry Daniels used to get a personal pizza for finishing books back in the day. Treat yourself.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
Pizza Hut pizza. That is so funny.
The library challenges.
Random Noman says the dragon is hibernating in its lair. I believe he's referring to But Are There Dragons, the podcast. Dusty Wheel, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the welcome back. It's good to be back. Okay. Tavern, is your keyboard the thing that's clicking loudly?
Not the clicky.
I blame Winespring.
Yeah. We're not going to mention any initials or any names, but the initials are Winespring Cafe.
We've got, I am foaming at the mouth. I cannot wait on TikTok. Sassy Glassy says, I'm on YouTube, on my TV, and TikTok on my phone. Love you for that. And yes, we're keeping it show-only spoilers for now. Thank you, everyone who is here. Okay. So, time. We've got Maggie's first impressions. Excitement. Let's hope the trailer isn't the most exciting thing. Tavern, what were your thoughts when you saw the trailer for the first time?
So right off the bat, I said this last year when they upped everything from season 1. Season 3 immediately blows it out of the water. I was joking with Nadine, our guest that we love, our Rand Muad'Dib Althor from X and Blue Sky and whatnot and TikTok, and I was joking with her saying there was too much Rand in that trailer. Yosha put in so much work this season. He's playing like 50 different characters.
That's the guy who plays Rand, Maggie.
Yeah. Sorry, he's the one that plays Rand. He's playing like 50 different characters. That's crazy. It's insane, but the trailer was incredible.
He's playing one character who changes his facial hair a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, incredible. It was incredible.
Winespring, thoughts? Oh, Winespring, you are muted, I believe.
She is.
Oh no.
Nope.
That makes
there you
sense.
are.
That means it wasn't me ticking then.
That's not true.
Well, I don't know.
I was muted that whole time. Somebody
that's
else.
True. It wasn't me. I was muted.
I blame Maggie.
I haven't been
typing. I loved it. I loved everything I saw. I mean, costumes, huge fan since season 1.
Yeah.
It was really fast paced. There was so much imagery to go through. Like even tonight, I don't know how we're expecting to do that in any reasonable amount of time. We're not. We just can't. We're gonna have to highlight it. And then what keeps coming to mind is a statement that my grandma made, who everyone knows is like a huge Wheel of Time fan, but she also has Alzheimer's disease that is very advanced.
Okay.
And when she tried to watch the first season, her comment was that she loved it, but she has no idea what's happening. And when I kind of felt that when I watched this trailer, I was like, I love it, but I'm gonna have to really figure out what's happening here. Like they gave us a lot, but they didn't give us a lot about what's gonna happen. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it. Overall excited,
Hold on, can you guys still hear ticking?
I can't hear anything.
Because somebody just typed in chat. Joe White was saying, "What's that strange ticking sound?"
I'm not getting anything coming.
I hear nothing.
I know I'm not getting.
Like, is it my chair?
And like nobody's touching their keyboard.
Well,
At least
maybe that was a reference.
Oh, maybe.
Right?
Joe White, are you talking about something in the trailer?
I'm so confused. This is what this
funny.
trailer did to us.
We're
so confused.
We're not sure. Okay, so that's really sweet, Winespring. I love that.
Yeah.
We can, and it sounds like Maggie can also relate to her. Also, a lot of us are like, "What the hell is happening?" Honestly, like when I went back, Watt series is angelic. They post like frame by frame, kind of, and so I always use their Google Drive of that because they're the best. Shout out.
Yes.
And whenever I went back through the frames, I was like, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, look at all those things. So Maggie,
there's a lot.
Since we have you for a limited time, what stood out to you? Anything like, was there like a what's this person doing or what's going on in this scene? Was there anything like that for you?
Other than the whole thing.
Right.
I don't know. I think I couldn't figure out who was together. I think they did a good job of like not letting me know who was hanging out, which was annoying to me because I wanted to know. I was like, wait, are they? But is everybody finally hanging out, or are we all split up again? I didn't like that. Okay, but I'm just gonna have a problem with Rand till the day I die. I think so.
I love that. I love that. Why? Explain it.
I just don't like him.
You think he's a hussy? Is he being a hussy?
Sure, a trollop. I just don't. I don't like him.
Old school.
I knew it.
I think I didn't like that whole thing with Lanfear again. I was like, okay, this again. Like I have no patience for whatever he's about. I don't actually know what he's about. He could just totally turn over a new leaf, but I doubt it.
Wow.
I love it. So I don't.
That's
that
incredible.
part was like maybe confusing, but like I'm also not even that interested. I need more Matt. I need
yes.
You fit right in.
So I think there was that. I really thought it was interesting. I'm excited to see the like for Moraine, like everything she said about like all the futures where he lives, I die, or if I live, he die. Like that was probably the most thought-provoking thing for me in the trailer because I don't know anything about that. Like it was sort of a Voldemort Harry Potter little situation where I was like, wait a minute, but you're both on the same side. I thought this should be
and Lanfear is the Horcrux.
One cannot live while the other survives. It did sound a lot like that.
It's interesting. I didn't catch that. You have a question from chat, Maggie. Could you tell where the locations were? Did anything look familiar?
I would give myself $1 million if I could name a single location from this series.
Great.
So I looked desertish, kind of like it has in the past. I'm wondering if we're going to wherever the Aiel like are from, because of kind of their vibe, mostly their outfits, I think. But that seems interesting. I don't. Sorry, I'm not good on locations.
No need to be.
Great.
Honestly,
No, awesome.
The show
Yeah,
will
really.
tell you. The show will tell you about the location.
I mean, fans of the books talk about it, try to figure it out when we have all the details you can imagine.
True. Okay, we've got another question. So they've been kind of like, I think I know the answer to this. They've been like trickling out content on Wednesdays for the past like 2 month now. And one of the things they trickled out was something about Matt. Have you seen the Matt teaser? That's like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
You have seen it?
I guess my like Instagram figured me out or something. I think that's the only thing I've seen. But yes,
go algorithm.
I have seen that.
That's you feeling good about
confusing.
That? Oh, it's confusing. Okay.
No.
Why? No. Yeah.
No. Because I just didn't see him as like. I feel like he had to blow the horn, like he had to, and so then I'm kind of like, it kind of is cheeky though. So I feel like, of course, he'd go around like bragging about that. Yeah, so
such a good word for Matt.
I could see it.
He's the cheekiest.
He's the cheekiest.
We have Trollop Rand, Cheeky Matt. Can't wait for Perrin. Can't wait for Perrin.
I am a 75-year-old. So that is what I think.
Young, what a youngin.
Love it.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk. We want more Matt. You enjoyed the Matt teaser, but it was confusing because he had to blow the horn. You dislike Rand, which I find absolutely hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Delightful.
I think are you supposed to like him? Is that kind of what the book's about?
No.
Honestly,
you do you.
It's really up to the individual person. Like throughout the books, I changed my stance on Rand considerably. And it's not like a trajectory either. It's like, oh, love in the first book, he doesn't do much in the second, like better in the third, terrible in the it's literally like not real sure about Rand.
Remember the poster that I put out where I was saying from light to dark, where they're at in their arcs in the show. Rand is in the middle.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. He's actually right of middle, but not because he's done some sketchy shit on the show.
He has done some, like whenever he beat up that the other guy who worked in the asylum.
Ooh.
Yeah,
okay.
He's done some. Yeah.
And we have some love-hate relationships happening in chat, and also there was a lot of discourse about Rand even being the main character or not the main character recently.
Yeah.
So,
God, the discourse. Okay, so I do want to hear how you're feeling about Perrin from this trailer.
Oh.
Perrin is the guy with golden eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got that one. Excited. I feel like he's maybe going to get more screen time. We're going to figure out what's actually going on, which I thought was exciting.
Yeah.
When I think about it, I kind of feel like most of his stuff was with Matt, maybe one part. So then I was kind of excited that maybe I feel like Perrin has been off on his own thing the whole time. And not in a bad way, but in a way that I'm like, man, it kind of stinks to have to do this with none of your friends. If they're if the fact that they're all together is part of what makes them this group and the wheel and all the things, he seems to be by himself a lot or not with the other key players. So and I don't really get it, if we're honest. Is he a wolf? Is he not? I don't think he is, but I'm not sure.
I just watched the episode 3, I think, of season 2 when Elias starts explaining to Perrin we're wolf brothers, and Perrin looks at the wolves and he's like, are they wolf brothers too?
Yeah.
He's like, is that going to be me? So you're having the same kind of dissonance as Perrin was having in that season. Basically.
Well, yeah, you're having that thing that they do in most fantasy. Anytime there is a werewolf, they tell you forever they're not a werewolf, and then eventually they are.
So I got a quick question, Maggie. So throughout the series, because I have I've had this weird way of how they've been putting Perrin in there. Did you get notions from Perrin's arc that he might be a werewolf? Was there anything that was done on the show that was oh, that's typical werewolf fare, or anything like that you noticed?
It's a good question. I don't, maybe not. Maybe that was just me jumping to some conclusions, but I just feel like since the beginning, you get the sense that he's different.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty clear. And the keen senses, in the way that usually superhuman werewolf type people are.
They present themselves,
Yeah, so I feel like I probably made a few leaps there. And I remember that scene you were talking about, Kritter, about that he's like, no, that's ridiculous. And I'm like, you say that, but are you just trying not to scare him? I hear what you're saying, but I don't quite believe you. So yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Sith guy in the chat says the eyes, EYES, may have it, but Bella has the nays. N-E-I-G-H-S. Terrible.
Speaking of Bella, I have a Bella treat this evening, but for later.
Okay.
Yes, don't forget.
Okay.
Good job.
Let's see. Jessica Sadai, thank you, Mod. Friendly reminder for anyone who have just joined, show only spoilers while we have our honored guest. Very true.
Show only spoilers.
Light Blinded Fool, you have no toe for coming in late. We appreciate you.
No, he has toe for being Light Blinded Fool. He just has toe for being himself.
Okay, so Jessica Sadai has a question for you, Maggie. Based on the trailer, if you have any, what are your burning questions for this season? Or if it's not based on the trailer, just based on how season 2 ended.
Oh. Well, I think I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
About what is going to happen? What are we doing? Also,
okay, so you just want to know what
in
you just need to read the books. Is what I'm hearing.
I think we're here. We're all hearing that. We're all hearing it.
10 more years before you can read the books, guys.
Yes. So, Yeah,
Oh,
I think
that's
I'm
right.
curious about so the whole Moraine and is it how do you say it? Lan? Lan. Um, their story last season was like really hard to watch. I feel for me.
Agreed.
It was.
For different
It
reasons.
just seemed like
probably.
he was the most like faithful person.
Yeah.
And then that just gets thrown to the side. And that's so hard to see the guy who doesn't deserve that get that. And so I really didn't like that. But then like the end, it was like redemptive. But I'm so excited to maybe see more like of a, I don't know, him get what he deserves this season, maybe. Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's a question I have for the wheel.
Real quick, Scott Stroud in chat says, "Let her read. Let her read."
She can read whenever she wants to read, guys. She's doing me a favor, and I know it hurts my soul to want her to read them. But I also want to talk to her about it.
It's true. We want to keep you here.
It is kind of fun being on this end, like not knowing what's going to happen. Usually I read a book before I watch the movie or whatever. And so it has been really interesting that I'm not like ready for the jump scare or the things to happen.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Okay. All right. So
another question from Joe White. What thoughts, if any, do you have about Nynaeve?
Nynaeve is
in that. Yeah, who is that?
She's the long braid, the very
wisdom.
Oh my god,
combative
the grumpy one.
The grumpy wisdom.
Yeah,
yeah. Who's kissing on Lan?
Yeah, Lan's sort of bow.
Well, I loved. Like, I feel like this. Okay, no, I think I do have a love-hate thing with her because I think I like that she's so strong. And like everything she had to go through last season was like wild. That was so cool the way they did that in the show. I don't know how it was in the books, but with the arches and stuff.
Yeah.
But then she just seems to be the like I have to go it alone type person. Meanwhile, being surrounded by the people, like you're surrounded by your friends, but you feel like you have to go it alone. And so that's weird because I'm like, well, some of your friends would probably love to be with others, and they're not, and you are with others, but you. Like, I don't know. So I'm a little confused by her in that way. But
he was reminded of it at the beginning of the season through Perrin's letters, right? That Perrin was alone and wanted to be with them, and here she is with Egwene, and she doesn't want to be, So yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was. I too have a love-hate relationship with Nynaeve Maggie. I joke that it's because we're too similar. But it's,
calm down, Winespring. Calm down.
That was great.
But she's just, she's very stubborn. And again, I know I'm stubborn. My mom will be the first to tell you. But it's just, she's just sometimes she'll just drive you nuts. And so we'll see what happens in the trailer, if you'll recall. And it was so fast that you might not have noticed, but. Do you remember the very, very end of the final episode of season 2, where that creepy Forsaken confronted Lanfear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you notice that she was in the trailer in a scene with Nynaeve?
No.
No pressure.
No.
You didn't. Okay, so there's a part
there
in the
is.
trailer where, if you're watching the stream, you can see it, but she caresses Nynaeve's face.
I'm supposed to recognize her hand.
No, sorry, I'll swap.
What?
Yes, you were.
Actually, she's the only character that had burnt like dark fingers. And
how did I not notice that?
Okay, so that's her, and that's the face. What you'll have, there's like a 20-second delay, but you'll notice that's her, and that's the face she made as she's like talking to Nynaeve and stroking her cheek. So now that I've pointed that out to you, how are you feeling about Nynaeve?
Well, I'm obviously not excited about her anymore. Oh, that person.
Yeah.
Her hair looks awesome.
Yeah, she's got the coolest bangs in the world.
Coolest is a word, but I'm not.
Yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, so that is weird and troubling. Definitely. Well, that is what I think is so interesting. Is it seems like in this show, so many characters think they're going to be the one to like figure this out, and ooh, I just have to switch to the other side, but it's for good reasons. But then I'll be the one. Like I feel like everyone thinks they have to do the thing, but then they also have this prophecy or whatever telling them that essentially the one guy has to do the thing. And so I'm like, well, why didn't we all just support him? Like, it's kind of a little bit presumptive of you to think that despite every indication being that Rand has to do it, that you could do it instead. And that you, like, I don't know. Not that I like Rand. I wouldn't really want to put my faith in him either, but I don't get why they're all switching sides so much.
So Teams was down that day, and they couldn't get the word out about let's all follow Rand.
Yeah, I guess that's
it's a
true.
thing. It's a thing.
I guess so.
Maya Markham in the chat says, if I had only seen the show, I would be rooting for the Forsaken. Lanfear, Ishi, and Magi are so much fun.
They are amazing.
The truth hurts.
They are really fun. Not gonna lie.
Maggie, how do you feel about this weird kink that the Forsaken have for rubbing people's faces on the show? It's happened like every season.
Kind of weird. Not a fan.
The cheek caress, not your favorite.
That's just a weird thing.
Not hot.
K.R. Solberg in the TikTok chat says, I was often deeply annoyed by Rand, but he won me over in the end. So that's something to think. You know, we all have complicated relationships with Rand. Some of us he'll win over. Some of us not so much.
Yeah.
There's I don't know if you saw the question from Sean the Gleeman for Maggie. What do you think is going to happen to Perrin?
I think he's going to turn into a wolf. No, I don't think he's going to turn into a wolf. I mean,
we're not going to give it either way.
We're not going to tell you yay or nay, but you're not off. No,
I guess I don't know what my options are. Is he going to do? I maybe think he's going to do like Aragorn into the mountain to get the like ghost people to come fight, and in the end, Perrin's going to show up at it's not a last battle, whatever the last confrontation is. He's going to have all these other people, wolf type thing. And it's going to be that thing that helps them win, but actually kind of seems unfair. And like, if you had that all along, why didn't you do it sooner? I wonder if he'll do one of those things.
Perrin will provide the Deus Ex Machina. That's the
thought. Yes.
Okay.
And it sounds like you see him as being a leader. Like he could be a leader of these wolves or something.
Oh, I really like Perrin. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not, but I think he's got the humility. He seems like he just wants to do the right thing, and he doesn't know what that is because he doesn't understand himself. And you're like,
do you think that Perrin
you gotta
is
root for
Dragon
him.
Reborn?
Yeah.
Wait, we don't know who
what'd you
that
say?
is yet. Is the Dragon Reborn in question?
No, I'm just saying.
It's Egwene.
I'm just saying, do you think he would make a better Dragon Reborn?
Oh, that's a good question. No, because I think if he had, no, probably not. Because he's like killing people in the beginning, so I don't.
Well,
I
technically that was his wife, but yeah.
Technically. I think that he needed to do some growing, but I think like what happened in the first and second season, or the first season especially, and then like the brotherhood that it seems like he's found, I think makes him a really good character. And I would think people would follow Perrin. Maybe not.
I love that.
I like what you're getting. Yeah.
So you saw the trailer. Obviously, we talked about this. Since we're on Perrin's topic, I don't know if you noticed, but he was involved in some intense battle scenes. Did you know? Did you have any like inkling of like where that might be or what's going on? And no is a fine answer.
Yeah.
No.
In the world of the Wheel of Time, it was somewhere in there.
Okay. Fair enough.
Same girl, same.
Okay, cool. I'm excited. Honestly, like without saying why or how, Perrin's arc in this season in particular should be it should be awesome. I don't want to. It's gonna be really good. If you like Perrin, I think you're gonna really like it. So, yay! Not that I haven't. Just to be clear, I haven't watched this season. I haven't seen it, but just based on what I've seen in the trailer, it's looking to
it looks phenomenal.
It's looking a lot like it is in book 4, which is excellent. So in the chat, I guess here's a question for the people in the chat, and I saw another one from Maggie up further. Oh yeah, Maggie, be thinking of what Aja you would pick. Random Noman is wondering, but in the meantime, people in the chat, which plot, without spoilers, between Perrin, Egwene, Rand, and the White Tower are you the most excited for? And we're not gonna explain what those mean, what they are, but let me know. Let me know. Okay, Maggie, what odd job would you pick?
I think we did this before, and I'm afraid I'm going to say the wrong one.
No, I just
No,
give us a vibe, and we can
it can change. Yeah,
and it can change.
Yeah, I don't remember what they all are, but I like the healer one.
The yellow. Okay, that
The
makes
yellow
sense.
one.
Yeah.
Or the white one. I think I picked last time, but
that was logic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like.
You could
yellow.
you'd vibe with the white for sure.
Okay. I like it. All right. So, Mrs. Angela, Mrs. Ange and Bella asks, "What did you get from season 1 and 2 about the world of dreams, and like how it can be used and by who, if at all?"
I'm like going through the archives on this.
Okay.
Was there a part where Moraine wasn't there like a lot of no?
Okay, so I'll remind you. There are scenes between the Forsaken where they're like chatting with each other in like stuff like that, where they like meet in the world of dreams. I believe Lanfear tells Rand at one point that Ishamael's not messing with his dreams anymore because she's protecting his dreams.
I do remember that now.
The place where Rand was tied up to the wheel, that was in the world of dreams.
Oh right, yeah. Lanfear yanked him into the world of dreams in that way as well. Or Rand.
Okay.
I don't know if he went in there.
Now he went to sleep, I think, and popped up in there.
Yeah. So like any thoughts about that? Are you?
Well, then I have a lot of questions because I feel like now that I remember that, how I feel like maybe watching the trailer for other people, you see that things are maybe just dreams. Like that's what you're seeing. It's not like actual plot, that it's things that are, but not that dreams aren't real, because it does seem like the dreams here are more realistic than, or like more real than they are for us. Maybe like they have they have consequences. Yeah, I forgot all about that though.
Okay, so something to look for. That's one problem with people who are familiar with the Wheel of Time. Whenever we do watch trailers and teasers, we're like, okay, that was probably in the dream world. That was probably in the rings. That was probably in Egwene's accepted test. There's like so many things that are like, this isn't real.
Just guessing.
That's not real. That's not real. Like, or not real, but also
real.
How not real was Nynaeve's accepted test? It felt pretty real to all of us. I don't know, like holy.
Yeah, and on a show where anything can happen, either in the real world or in the world of dreams, it gets real confusing because you don't actually. I mean, especially for somebody who's just watching the show, you have no clue what's happening where.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's confusing, which is, I mean, it's well done on their part.
It's fun.
Well, that's what I wondered about with those rings. That makes no sense. I don't know what those are, but
the rings
kind of gave me like tower vibes. Or no, not tower vibes, the arches vibes.
Like the accepted test.
Yeah. But then also like, and she was talking about in every future eventuality or whatever. And then you're like, well, how do you know if those are real or if they're like projections of dreams, or if they're like, I think it would be hard. It seems like there are multiple layers.
That's
well, and Moraine and Swan had a conversation in season 1 about like prophecy, and they're like, these have like been passed down decade, century. Like, how do we know it's not been changed? How do we know that we're interpreting it correctly? There's so many things that you can get wrong about things like prophecy or visions or whatever. So who knows if what she's saying.
Well, isn't that like with that one? I don't know who the person who Matt had next to him in prison or whatever.
Min.
Yeah, but like her whole thing, you're like, she sees these things. Does that mean it's gonna definitely happen? Is that one like potential future? Like
yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Min, the queen of emojis.
We've got some comments on TikTok saying they're most excited about the White Tower plot, which is a perfect transition because we haven't yet talked about the absolute insanity that was the fight in the White Tower, the trailer. So Maggie, did you notice that Aes Sedai were fighting in the trailer?
Actually, one, did she? Well, that's the first good question. The second one would be, did you notice that if it was in the tower? Because I don't know if she may not have picked up that it was in the tower.
Yeah,
I didn't.
As a location question.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
As I have not yet recognized one location, I did not recognize that location. But I noticed that they were fighting. And I wondered about that. But then there was the one line from the trailer, like,
yes,
about the tower falling or
pulling itself apart or something.
Yeah.
I just saw something in that picture that I'll have to say for the second half, but I have to do some research real quick.
Okay. Sounds
Do
good.
it.
So I assume you recall that in season 2, Leandrin was essentially outed herself as a member of the Black Aja, as a dark friend. And in the trailer, she's the one that like the Amerlin seat is confronting, and they're channeling at her, and she goes up in this ball of fire, and she's kind of what appears to be the catalyst of this fight. So
she looks super fierce though. Like her outfit and her like hair, it's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
She looks powerful. I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
Recognize.
So I guess in the trailer, like if you look closely, it's not just Leandrin fighting against everyone. There are people that appear to be on Leandrin's side. Does that give you pause? Does that make you curious? Does that make how do you feel about the state of the tower given what we've seen?
Well, I think at the end of the last one, I felt like all the red Aja were bad. Like they all had kind of, so then that would make sense to me. I think I'd be surprised if it's out beyond that, but not for any actual educated reason, just because I like to choose to believe that people do what they say they're going to do. And when you say you're not going to do that, I just kind of think that'd be a good thing to do. So,
okay. You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't freeze frame the trailer to get too curious about it, but
it's fine.
How dare you? I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
We have reason to believe that fight scene will be in episode 1. So all the things will be revealed very, very shortly. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just checking the chat. Oh my gosh, random Noman, we have to talk about one of the Aes Sedai gets cut in half. I hadn't noticed that. That's horrible.
If it's show only, I can mention something, right?
If it's in the show, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. So I'm looking at the shot on the screen right now of the fight with Leandrin up in the air and whatever.
Yeah. Who reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh,
somebody.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right about that.
Yeah. And it reminded me of Voldemort inside the water ball.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So it's imagery. Yeah. Okay.
It's good imagery. Yeah.
So the thing that I just noticed was there are railings on the second level. In the first season, there were no railings on any levels above that. So I don't know if they're just changing the set or whatever, but I just realized that there are no railings in the first season.
Okay.
From that direction the image was taken. Maybe that's behind the Amaryllis.
No, because those look like they go all the way around, but I don't think there are any railings on any of the floors in the first season, which is just interesting. Anyways,
that is worth noting. I promised Maggie that we would only have her for an hour. So if anybody has burning questions for her, you've got about 7 minutes. So let us have it. So we've talked about the White Tower. Not sure about that. Oh, you know what we haven't done much of? Talked about Egwene. Which is wild because oh wow, okay, let's hear
real dragon.
Let's hear about your thoughts on Egwene.
Yeah, how do you feel about Egwene?
No, I know you love Egwene. I like Egwene. I'm excited for her to not have the same experience as last season, because that was honestly the hardest to watch. I thought it was just like devastating.
Yeah.
I am interested to see if the girls can get it all figured out. Can we just get along and like get beyond? But I have a feeling that with the love interest of Rand, it's never going to happen between these girls. There's always going to be hurt feelings, and that's just, I just don't like that. But
like between Egwene and Lanfear, well, like what girls are going to be fighting over Rand?
Wait, what's the redhead's name?
Elaine.
Yeah, I see this. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's not happening, but I could see it.
Okay, I remember you saying that. I think we had you for the finale, and you were like,
the way he like woke up from dead and was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then he's like, "Oh, and you're here too."
The light like shining behind you.
Yeah.
Don't cry, shop girl. Don't cry.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I'm excited for her. I like the thing is you keep asking about these things, and I don't know any story arc to anticipate. Like
that's true.
You know, I'm excited for everyone to not be almost dying and so like get some things figured out, but I don't know what to expect for her because I don't think there's really any indication of what comes next for her.
All right, so
in the show.
In the last 2 seasons, was there I know that you like Matt, but was there a certain character that you gravitated towards, right? Because you want, well, I would say you want to see more of Matt, that you gravitated towards. And did you see any noticeable difference in that character in the trailer?
Well, I think Perrin looks very different. Like, I think he seems to have like gone through a metamorphosis of sorts.
Yeah.
Between the 2 seasons, even just like timidity, things like that you notice in him in the first 2 seasons. I think it seems like he's kind of coming into his own. So that I think I didn't really think. I guess Egwene does look very different. I can't picture right now what she looked like in the trailer, but I know I remember being like, oh, like she seems to go through her own path, but I don't know what it was about her that seemed really different.
I think the biggest striking thing for her was the really short hair. At least the one shot of her with the really short hair was really striking me. I thought it was really cool.
Awesome. Then.
She looked amazing. Yeah.
Well, she definitely. She also had a scene where she was wearing some very different clothes.
Yes.
Well, a couple scenes.
Oh yeah,
actually.
maybe that was it.
Like one scene, she was talking to Rand, and she said, like, "Do you love her?" And she's crying. She's wearing like a shawl around her neck and like a loose-fitting blouse. Very much not novice attire. So that might have caught your eye because it's definitely different.
Yeah, she seems to be more self-possessed, maybe less like star-crossed lover whose interest died, you know. And so I'm interested to see how they all deal with like the whole he's not dead thing, like kind of like rehashing the last however long. I don't think we'll get to see it, but I'm interested in like how do you kind of recover from that? Like I don't know.
I think we will get to see it just based on the confrontation that we're seeing in the trailer.
Yeah.
I bet they have a coming to Jesus about their relationship. Just like
I'm here for the tea. So
we all need to see it, Maggie.
I love tea. I'm a tea aficionado. Okay, so somebody did say, Jose Oliveira says, "It's 2025. Do you think the show will refer to PTSD behavior from Egwene this season based on what happened to her last season?"
Due to my profession, I really hope so. I think that there's a good opportunity there for the window into that.
What should they do? What would they do?
What should they do?
Yeah.
I think they should probably show what would naturally have, like flashbacks, things like that would naturally accompany that type of trauma. And then hopefully, I would hope then they would show the option for a healthy, like dealing with
like overcoming
that.
or
like community, you know, like so many things that people like they would show the importance of those sorts of things for sufferers of trauma. So yeah, I would love that. And I think they have a good opportunity.
They've done it on the show before, like with the whole stepping thing and whatnot, and actually,
Errol
to somewhat land, Errol to somewhat land going through the whole thing with Moraine. So I mean, they touched on it. I think so far on the show for sure. Perrin had it pretty bad, had his issue, and then Egwene. I mean, I think they have to address it. They've done really well so far.
I think they just based on the trailer, honestly, I think they will, and they might use her accepted test, because I don't know if you saw the teaser too, Maggie. There was also a teaser. But in the teaser, we see that Egwene is going to go through her accepted test. They were channeling into the arches. She was the one.
Yeah.
And in the trailer, there's some shots of her in the collar, the Shan-Chan, the demonic collar. And so my guess is, because if I recall, the accepted test is what was, what is, and what will be. It's kind of like a past, present, future situation. So it might be, it could go anywhere really, but I get it could be a what was, right? It could be her past. And she's gonna have to like overcome whatever kind of trauma or something like that within the rings, which could be interesting. I don't know.
What is it, like body autonomy? That's something she might have to deal with after being touched by the white cloaks and then collared.
Oh yeah.
Like physically, she has a lot to deal with.
Yeah. You just wonder like where the blame goes. Unfortunately, but for most people, there's probably she's gonna assign blame somewhere, and then the aftermath of that, if it's herself or if it's someone else, like how does she deal with those feelings about what happened to her? So.
Yeah,
it'll be an interesting.
I can't wait to talk about it with you again. See what they did. Yeah. And see your thoughts on, or hear your thoughts on it too. It'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm curious what happens. Okay, so I think we've addressed all the major plots with you.
Do we have time for one more? Is that it?
Do you have one?
Yeah, there's some chatter in chat that was kind of interesting.
Well, it's up to you, Maggie. You can either give us your last one.
Yeah, we can go for it.
Okay.
One more? Okay, so do you think Rand and Lanfear's romance is going to continue? Does Rand have feelings for Lanfear? What's going to happen with that?
It seems from the trailer like something is going to continue, but I don't know. I think that's such a shame. I just gosh,
such a little slut. No, I'm kidding. Like I say that affectionately.
I just think it's a shame. I don't know.
Randall Sloot.
Yeah, it's just hard to see.
Randall Whore Tavern. Come on.
It was right there. It was right there.
I like the word sloot better than saying the W word.
That's fair. I'm sorry, Maggie. We interrupted.
W for whore.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I think I can't figure it out. I don't know. Because I think like she is probably, there's a piece of her that's like doing this to win the whole battle thing and like, out of fidelity to the darkness. But then I think there's probably a piece that's like, oh, I'm like, this is how I win, is by winning him. Like, I think there's a piece of her that's also like, I don't know, entangled. And so then I'm like, he does seem very weak-willed. So it probably won't go. Like, he'll probably be like, oh, yeah, no, great.
He's an easy sloot.
Yeah. I mean,
put that outfit back on, girl.
I'm just saying.
Listen, you just said something that I'm going to take with me forever. Fidelity to the dark is my new thing. I love that term.
So I don't know. I think that it'll probably continue, but I think everyone will like caution him against it. And then somehow they'll become the star-crossed lovers and everyone will be like, how? Like, but we know how this started and it all started in manipulation. So how are we now being like, oh, it's okay though? Because then it was manipulation, but now they're in love. Like, well, no, I'm sorry.
It's healed.
I don't know.
So do you think there's a chance Rand will bring her to the side of the light?
No, I could see her like dying for him in the end, but not like ending with him in the end.
Whoa,
like I could see that. I just don't think that. I don't know how the author would like write that into rightness. I think it's just going to be wrong. Yeah.
No.
That'd be great.
No.
It's just gonna be wrong. Well, you know what? You heard it here first, y'all. It's just gonna be wrong with Lanfear. We all may love to like Natasha O'Keefe as Lanfear in the show. Chef's kiss. No notes. She's amazing, but not in the way that she's good. She's bad, but really good at being bad, I think, is
Yeah.
where we're at.
For sure.
Okay, so we've kept Maggie on a little bit longer than I promised, and I feel a little guilty. But I will say, before we let guests go, I always give them the opportunity to say whatever the heck they want before they sign off, whether it's, thing they're looking forward to the most, whether it's what they feel like eating tomorrow for dinner, whether it's literally what your favorite quote. You can say whatever you want, and you have the floor, and then you can leave, and we will continue on without you. Before you say that though, thank you so much for being here. I think everybody in the chat would agree that we love it whenever you join. Scott Stroud over here, thanks Maggie. We've already had several people thank you. Further up, Sith Guy, thanks Maggie. Jessica, we appreciate you for chatting with us.
Yeah.
The people, they love you. So I want you to know that. I hope you'll come back whenever the season comes out.
She doesn't believe us. People were excited on X when we put our thing out. People were like, "Maggie's coming back." You have no idea.
Well, I think it's because I'm so uninformed. I think it's
and it's great.
Yeah, no, and I know that. I'm like, I don't think I could watch the second half of the show because I think my feelings would be hurt about how stupid my ideas actually are.
I'm going to tell you right now,
about what's going to happen.
I won't tell you if you're right or wrong, but your perceptions are incredible.
I don't take that personally, but it's like I know that you're playing the fool. You're playing like the jester in court. Like I have no idea what's going on, which is actually fun for me because then everything's a surprise. Yeah, but I do not if everything goes the exact opposite of what I have ever predicted, I won't lose sleep over it. I think it would make sense because I didn't write it, so and I haven't read it yet, so it is what it is. But no, it was a pleasure. Don't quote me because I'm pretty sure I choose something different every time you ask about my favorite anything, except for my least favorite character. That one I think is going to be pretty strong for a while.
Rand, right?
Yeah, unless he can do something, and it's not even. Yeah, I don't even think it's just that about him. It's just like the whole being. Some people take their destiny really well, and I just don't think he necessarily is. And I'm not saying I would do better in his shoes. I'm not saying anything. It's just that it's not impressive to this date. Whereas other characters have had it, I would say, probably worse, harder. Yeah. They're not even told that they're the chosen one. They're kind of told that they don't matter. And yet they have dealt with their destiny so much more gracefully. And so it's hard for me to be but let's really try to, encourage Rand for it must be really hard. So sorry that you're so talented and beautiful. And I don't know. He's not my favorite, but it could change. So I think just,
I love everything you just said.
It's been our pleasure. A couple more comments I want you to hear. Thank you, Maggie, from Light Blinded Fool. Your predictions are great. Making theories is part of what makes Wheel of Time fun. It's true. And
it is true.
Dana Luhu says, Maggie, you are emotionally intelligent and perceptive. So just know that you are loved and appreciated, and we really hope you'll come back. And just so, in case you weren't aware, the first 3 episodes drop on March 13th. So.
Oh, okay.
Get ready for me to reach out to you about coming back.
Yeah, that's exciting.
We'll see you
thanks again. Have a good one.
Okay, see you
Bye,
later.
Maggie. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now we're making fun of Maggie for the next hour.
Absolutely not.
There's nothing to make fun of. She's freaking amazing.
Guys, it was a joke from what she said. Jesus. Just kidding. Let's worship Maggie instead.
I do what I want.
Oh,
but anyway, she did a great job.
That was incredible.
I love hearing from her.
Honestly, wait, okay, we're not doing spoilers yet. I have to put up the spoiler marker.
Yeah, put the spoiler.
Here comes spoiler time.
The spoiler thing that I created is full book spoilers. So
there was a comment. There was a comment from Jose Oliveira that was like, "Yeah, huh? Maggie is uninformed. Nails 80% of everything that's about to happen each season."
Literally, parent. Okay, full book spoilers. Full book spoilers. Full book spoilers. Get out. Get out. Get out. Full book spoilers. Get the hell out. Okay, when she said parents gonna bring wolves to the last battle,
dude, I was like, yeah. The shit she was saying, and she's hitting stuff, and I'm like,
yeah.
And Elaine, I mean, the show wasn't subtle about that, but that was hilarious.
You guys, let's all be honest. She's gonna tell us later she's read the books. We are getting epically trolled in front of everyone here.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it so much.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Put her in a room with Allie.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
So good. Anyways, so we're here. Full book spoilers. It is just the Wheel and Chill crew this time.
Watch the trailer again.
We can watch the trailer again. Yeah, let me pull it up.
We don't have audio when we watch it here.
Sorry.
No, I just turned the audio on the thing.
You just turned the audio on the YouTube stream. Okay, let's watch the trailer another time. Yeah, let's pull it up. Let me make sure I did everything I need to do before we do that. Okay, there's that. Yep. All right, I'm gonna turn the trailer on. Well, I'm gonna turn the audio on the trailer, then I'm gonna turn the trailer on. Ready? Go.
The world is changing.
A tide sweeping us along against our control.
We cannot stand behind these walls and pretend we still have control.
This tower is destroying itself from the inside out. If the White Tower does not bend the knee to Randall Thor, he will lose the last battle.
There's not enough air in the world to deal with this.
They'll just come for Rand. They'll come for all of us.
We're going to the last place anyone would ever look for me.
You do not belong here.
Our people have been waiting for the Karakarn's arrival to think it might be you.
Each step forward is a step backwards through time.
Do you love her?
What did you see in the rings?
In every future where I lived, Rand dies. And the only way he lives is if I don't. We don't win battles with politics and prophecies. We win with armies.
Get ready! Archers! Loose!
Make them believe in you, and they will follow you to the ends of the earth.
This is what I was born to do.
Exciting. Okay. Okay. So fun. All right. Oh yeah, they're still watching. Sorry. Okay. I'll shout out the super chats. Joe White and super chat $5. Thank you so much. I tried to figure this out. Acceptance testing and rings versus Teleron versus reality. Which is which is which? Such a good question. Such a good question.
That was incredible.
We can talk about that for sure. And Light Blinded Fool, thank you so much for the $10. Okay, so now have you all seen Lauren from Unraveling the Patterns Breakdown? The person on the bed in the bubble of evil is Egwene. Discuss. I had not seen that.
Yeah, I don't know if Kritter does, but Winespring and I have said a million times, we usually don't watch other people's stuff before our shows because we don't want to
be tainted.
Yeah.
To use,
but let's look at it and talk about it because that's really interesting. I heard something else about Avienda having 2 spears, but I didn't look into it. I just saw someone post on X about it.
Spears, maybe.
So I don't know about the flaming spears.
I know that in that same room where they're saying that the person on the bed is Egwene, it's Rand multiplied, and then it changes from Rand to these silvery people.
Yes.
The mirror shard people or whatever the hell you want to call them.
I'm trying to pull up Bubble of Evil.
I didn't see that it was Egwene in that shot.
I didn't either.
I've looked. I was trying to see if I could spot a bear lane, which is what it's supposed to be, I believe, in the books. But I could not see the face. Now, I would never in a million years say that Lauren is incorrect.
I believe Lauren.
I mean,
top notch on that one.
Yeah, I can't say yay or nay, but I'm gonna go with Lauren on this for the time being because Lauren's pretty freaking spot on.
I'm sorry,
with a lot of
Thanks
stuff.
for pulling it up. We can see you working hard back there.
Okay. I do my best.
Remember how? So I know that you haven't brought this up, but while you're looking that up, all right. So the shot where Rand is walking into the glass columns. Has anybody else well, I wouldn't say it's realized because I don't know if that's what they were actually going with, but in my opinion, it looks like a cross section of a rug or a weave, and that the glass columns are the threads coming up and down into the ground, and he's walking through the threads, which because it's weird if you look at the actual columns themselves, they look like a carpet thread. Right, or whatnot. It looks really cool.
Oh, okay. So I have it's like one image, one piece of
yeah.
Right now, it looks like Lanfear's face to me.
I can't. Well, yeah, Lanfear's right in the way. That's hilarious. Even in his bubble of evil, she has to be with Rand.
It's so interesting because, like, I did notice that it looked like he was like getting down, or whatever this figure was doing on the ice. If we're talking about this one, this is the bed, right? Am I not?
Yeah. So Lanfear's kind of in the middle there.
That's the way that it's edited on this screen.
Yeah, your logo,
the little bubble.
the full spoiler
this
thing.
Lanfear. I was like, Lanfear isn't in this image. Stop being annoying. But I said,
sorry. It's there.
But yeah, so this here image.
Here we go.
Rand, who appears to be getting down with somebody, and then I assume they mean that like this is Egwene. Like there's an Egwene.
Yeah, the one on the bed to the
here.
right. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if it's Egwene or not. I can't really I tried getting a clear stop, but every one of these silver bodies, like the body that's above the person on the bed right there,
they're all Rand.
Yeah.
They're like 2 seconds or a second and a half before this, it's Rand, where they're all wearing the same clothes that he's wearing.
I mean, yeah,
it's
classic bubble of evil shit.
Yeah,
right?
mirror image stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is exciting.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Like, this bubble of evil scene was amazing. Matt's bubble of evil scene in the books was amazing.
Incredible.
And Rand's parents was pretty cool too, right? But Matt's was so cool. And so I don't know if we're gonna get them all or we're only gonna get Rand's.
So Dusty Wheel is saying no, that it is not Egwene. I'm 50-50 on it. I haven't really looked at it long enough. Like I said, I did look to see if it was maybe somebody new, but I couldn't clear up the image enough for it.
Okay, so this is all just predictions. We're all just guessing here, which makes
they're talking about the hair length. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Dusty Wheel. Okay. Huh. Very interesting.
I see now. Okay,
we'll just never know. We'll never get to know.
We'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. Okay.
We'll never know.
So
maybe it'll never even be in the show, like other scenes we've seen.
Okay, let's just, for a moment, before we get into Joe White's question, let's just assume it is Egwene.
Okay.
So this appears to be in the White Tower, maybe in Tarvalon, just based on the windows and it's very stone, whatever. That's my guess. Just
okay.
Educated guess. So this would be early in the season, perhaps before they have what I assume is going to be their coming to Jesus moment, where they're laying together, staring at each other on the floor. In the
I got theories on that.
And Egwene's confronting Rand about Lanfear, I assume. Do you love her? I assume she sees them in Teleron Riode. That's my guess.
Sitting on the mountain together?
Sitting on the mountain together, because Lanfear's evil little sneer grin kiss makeout session, I feel like she's looking at Egwene. Tavern, what's your theory?
Okay, so I think all of that is connected. So my thought is Egwene is in the White Tower. She doesn't go to the waste with them. She's dreaming, and she ends up in Rand's dream, which is why they wake up laying next to each other. And I say that, and that's where they confront each other, right? Because she comes into his dream, and Lanfear is in there messing with her by making out with Rand.
Yeah.
And so, because when they come to in that room, there's a scene where somebody's kind of choking Egwene on the ground, and Egwene just disintegrates.
Yes, it's wild. Yeah.
So I think that's all dream sequence stuff. And she's also wearing the same. No, she's wearing something different when Bear Miss pops up. That's what I'm calling
Bear Miss.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. And she's like, "You don't belong here, child," or something like that.
Because I think Ami should have been in the whatever. But I think that's when she confronts her. Maybe she's the one that pulls Egwene out realizing that she's in trouble and yanks her the hell out of there and says, "You shouldn't be here." I don't know. That's just my
Ooh, I like
whole
that.
thing.
Ooh.
I actually really like that idea. It's
So
interesting.
you shouldn't be.
I like that
messing-
he's wearing his season 1 coat.
Well,
or
it's
something
because they're
similar.
up on the. They're. This is the season 1 location.
This is the Two Rivers or something,
This is where
right?
Egwene and Rand were the same rock.
Oh, the rock where
in the
Egwene and
promo
Rand
images.
were,
It's the
where she
exact
broke
same-
his
Yeah.
heart because she's heartless.
Where they've probably kissed and done other things, and
They didn't done anything.
Yeah.
They
I
weren't.
mean,
Little
There's no
makeup
dishes
spot.
to wash up there. There were no dishes to
there
wash.
are more
up there.
things to do than dishes on a mountain.
So yes, it's the Kissing Rock. Exactly, Random Gnome, and you're right. So this actually
Yeah.
segues perfectly into Joe White's question. This seems to me like it's Ta'veren Riod, right? Because
Yeah.
it's the Kissing Rock
Yes.
from
Yeah, yeah.
season 1, and Lanfear's clearly trying to manipulate Rand. I think. Let's see what.
Yeah,
else?
because she saw in Egwene and Rand's interaction while Egwene was still collared,
Mm-hmm.
the passion between them. So I could definitely see who
Oh, the
Lanfear
jealousy?
is.
Oh, yeah.
Dig at them. Yeah, specifically to
Okay.
break that relationship down. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking when we see Egwene say, "Do you love her?" I didn't think it was going to be Lanfear. I was thinking it was going to be Elaine, her buddy.
That was my initial thought too, until
Really?
I started
Yeah.
like eyeing this like Lanfear Rand dream situation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I thought, I
Yeah.
bet she sees them in the dream world.
Oh yeah.
But it
So
could-
we got 2 Lanfears, 1 Elaine. We'll see maybe what happens sometime eventually, hopefully in March.
What do you think about? I mean, I like the outfit that Egwene is wearing when Amis confronts her and she's belong here. She's got the dark outfit on.
Yeah, so cool.
Which is cool. Which leads me to believe that we are going to get the clothes shifting aspect of Ta'veren Riod.
It is really dark.
Yeah, she's got like a whole
Interesting.
collar thing on.
She's
and
got a
everything.
whole Lanfear vibe going, actually.
She does have a Lanfear thing going. Yeah.
So maybe she's trying to compete with Lanfear, and then Bear pulls her out, and she's like, "Girlfriend,
Maybe that is Lanfear.
girlfriend, what are you doing?" Oh, maybe that is Lanfear.
Maybe that's Lanfear acting like Egwene, making out with Rand.
Yeah, because this is definitely a wise one standing in the forefront.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh, 100%. No, it's, it's the.
It's a miss.
It's
or
Bear
whatever.
Well,
Meese.
Bear.
Bear
It's
Meese.
Bear
Thank
Meese.
you.
We gotta get-
Thank
we
you.
just
I
need
was
to
trying to be
accept
right,
it.
but I don't like it. Bear Meese is better.
Accept it.
So
It's
no, this
Bear.
feels like there's a scene in the book where Egwene's like derping around, like flying through the sky,
Yep.
and somebody mentioned that. I saw you. I can't
Yep.
remember who said it.
Chat is blowing up.
It was light blinded.
And so this is that version. So whatever Egwene's doing that's putting her at risk, Bear Meese is going to be like, "Girlfriend,
Bear Meese.
what are you doing? What are you doing?"
And you
I
come
like
here
it.
now, maybe we'll train you.
Okay, so there was another. There was one I wanted to pull up actually. So we were talking dreams. We're talking accept a test. Now let's talk. I think this. Do you think this is a flashback? Are we getting New Spring?
I don't know. I said that's Egwene's X-Men
with the
outfit.
Moraine
That
and
was
Land,
good.
right?
Moraine
You're going
and
Moraine.
Field.
Oh yeah,
Looks like they're bonding.
Chachin,
Yeah.
or just outside of Chachin,
Uh-huh.
Chachin, or whatever.
We think this
Because
is a
somebody was
flashback?
saying double bonding earlier, and I was like, I don't think it's a double bond. I think it's a flashback,
Yeah.
or it's either a flashback or it's one of her viewings in the rings.
Yes.
That would be going back as a flashback. Yes.
That was another one of my instincts was there were.
He has the long hair.
I want to say that Moraine mentions in the books, and I could be wrong, that there were different sequences, like futures, where she married Lan and where she married Rand, or she tried to marry Rand, or something like that. And so I'm wondering, like, either that's this, but the weaves around her to me say this is the bond, and so it could be in the past. That's
We've seen the bonding. We've seen the bonding weave, and it's very similar. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that
it's beautiful regardless what's happening.
And not to mention, they were in a field just outside the town when she bonded him in New Spring.
Oh,
they were on a little hill outside of a village or whatever when she bonded him.
Some people are asking if this is her releasing his bond.
No.
Okay. So seriously, we know that they're speeding up the books for the show. I think that's way too early.
Unless she dies.
Unless
Yes.
what we talked about with
Yeah, I mean, it could be set up for that. Yeah.
You stop it, Jessica Sedai.
Well, we're just glad you finally read it.
That's deep cut. That's
not
a
be
wheel and
news.
chill deep
That would
cut.
be not be New Spring shamed.
Hey, you read it. We read it. You're on the same page as the rest of us now.
But yeah,
what's interesting?
That's a good question.
They talked about how they met in season 2. You know,
Yeah,
and so like
with
I guess, like,
Varen and her sister.
Yeah, and so if I don't know,
Oh,
if she's
unreliable narrator mentions it being a cold open, like a new spring
Yeah, that's
storyline,
what-
real fast as a cold open. Yeah,
That's
and
what
I
I'm
love
hoping
that.
for, because a Bond
Yeah.
release would be sad. Okay,
Bond release would be crazy.
So.
But they could do it, y'all.
We should do
They
like
could
a
do
poll
that.
before it happens. We should be like, okay, like, what do we think? Bond or release?
We should. That'd be a really fun stream, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to make like a list so we don't forget what we
What's
said.
gonna
Because I'm kind of with Maggie on that. Sometimes I'm like, did I say that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so we think it's rings and no door frame. I'm not sure. I think Matt might get door frame, but in the Panarch's palace. That's my.
So we're getting the fin.
I want the fin.
Desperately.
We talked about this on your X base, right, on Thursday, where the hooded figure.
I think that
might
would
be a
an
fin.
awesome reveal. Yeah.
That would be insane.
Yep.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Like that sci-fi vibe is what so many of us book readers love. Like,
Well,
we
and
need
that shot. Do you have the
big
shot of the
spin.
rings? Critter.
The 3 rings.
The rings is
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Because we. Oh, so all right. So
It's
there-
not just
I had-
fantasy; it is sci-fi fantasy. That
my
vibe.
2 initial reactions to seeing that shot in the trailer, right? And I brought this up in chat with us. One,
so pretty.
The one on the left definitely looks like Moraine. The one on the right, it's hard to tell, but she's wearing. I know it's Avienda, but my initial reaction, I thought she was wearing the same kind of clothing, and when she's crawling through the ways away from Lanfear and the
And it looks like they've chopped her hair
the Emmonsfield,
off.
yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
And it looks like
Broke
that
her
kind of
nose.
clothing, like 1920s kind of like pantaloon underwear kind of thing. But I think it is Avienda. Yeah.
I'm gonna go invisible for a little bit. I can hear
Okay.
the baby dragon freaking
I think I
out.
heard him.
I'm sorry. Okay, but you
you're
guys
fine.
continue. And if you want to finish, text me, and then I can end the stream. But if I don't come back soon enough, okay. But I'll go
You're
away.
fine.
You guys can continue.
Can you unshare this? I can probably share the screen.
I would probably have to like accept it. That would.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
All right,
so
never mind.
I apologize. Do you?
No.
I can just do. I'll just put you guys big. How's that? All right. Sorry.
Oh, I
guys.
was just gonna bring up images and stuff, but that's fine.
Okay. Bye.
Putting us big,
Bye.
perfect. Okay, we'll see you sec or not.
All right,
Good
we'll
job,
see you
mommy. Yay.
Bye.
Okay, so someone in chat, let me see, Daniel who says or talks about Matt wearing the fox head medallion.
In the
Someone
in the poster.
Oh, light blinded flu.
Light blinded flute.
Says, yeah, fox head medallion equals Finn. I think a couple people said that, and I think that I'm gonna kind of agree with you guys. I'm gonna lean into that. Fox head medallion's there. We're getting the Finn. Yep.
I would love. Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate or for
I love it. Do it.
Dark One's
It's the
advocate.
best.
I'm gonna play Dark One's advocate here.
DOA.
I would love the Finn. You know that I would love to see the Finn.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But given how they did the dagger, and given how they did the flicker, right?
Yeah.
So there was nobody that Matt was talking to with the dagger, like in the books. They didn't do the flicker with the portal stone. He drank the tea and had a whole acid trip or whatever. I can see him picking up the medallion at the Panarch's palace, or like in a storeroom or something to that effect.
It's so funny you're saying that, because just as you said it, Weekly Wheel News on X says he better not just pick it up in a street market. I bet he finds it in Tanchico.
What if
you say that?
Wait a minute. What if it's that thing the dude is showing him in the street from the?
No, remember that looked more like the melon.
It did look like the Adam, but I don't know if that'd be something crazy to find it with some street vendor. Holy shit, that would be insane.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't like that. I would.
All right, hold on. Chat,
I would be so upset.
Chat, where do you think that Matt's gonna get the Foxhead medallion? You can just put door or
Jessica Sedai.
Door or peddler. Just type in door or peddler.
Door peddler. Okay, so Jessica Sedai says Matt walks into a room and he's told not to touch anything. That's where he got it. That's perfect.
All right, we have one door. I'm gonna say peddler.
I'm gonna say door.
Oh, yeah, Megan.
And
I think
tree.
you're right. I think you're right about the cuff. I forgot that there was a shape to it. But I mean,
Yeah. Okay, because in the books he comes out and he's hanging, right? And that's when we get that whole thing with the tree and
yeah, the medallion I believe is hanging on the branch
And his
next
eye.
to him, and he's hanging from a rope, if I'm not mistaken.
Is
Or
this
is
when the
the
eye
medallion hanging from the Ashendari? I can't remember.
yeah, something like that. I know. I don't want to go read because I just want to see what the show does, and then I'll reread it later.
Well, I mean, at this point, you can't really go by what the book says, right?
Yeah, but but it's fun because we have to talk about it in front of all these people.
It is. No. What I'm saying is, I mean, I don't even think about the books when I think about the show now because you never know what they're going to change. All right, who wrote what?
Light Blinded Fool said he tried to change his name to Light Blinded Floof.
No,
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm all congested. I probably sound ridiculous.
Tam loves cat. We actually did see the tree. We did see it, the tree. It's been shown before. It was either in the still shots or the teaser, one of the two. But the tree was
we've talked
definitely
about
there.
it, but I can't remember. Okay, we're getting a lot of peddler door.
Yeah.
Meg Moz, what up, girl? Says door.
They're so uncreative. They only came up with peddler and door.
Okay. Actually, we do have a fins from
That was me.
Meg.
I'm so sorry.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I
cracked myself up.
I know we've talked about it, the two of us, but not with everyone listening. Like I like as a sci-fi fan, like
I want
I really want them to do a good
really
job
want
with
the
the fin. Like I want it to be weird. I want it to be creepy. I want to have to watch it a few times to get it. Honestly, like for non-book readers, I want it to be confusing. Like the chants, I hopefully there's something that people pick up on a little bit. Like the game. Can we please get snakes and foxes? Like
well, I think they're gonna introduce that like as like something in the background, and then they're really if they have Oliver in the show, that's gonna be a huge part of Oliver is gonna be the snakes and foxes, and they're really gonna get into that.
Yeah, and I've seen people don't want him in the show because they hate him. And they don't
they
like
hate
Matt with
Oliver?
Oliver. Yes, and they hate Matt with him. I know. I was really surprised. That's not a theory, or like I've not heard that before. So, yeah,
that's
X, we're getting
weird.
some Team Door too, so that's good.
Who hates Oliver?
Some more kiddos. We only had the one little girl.
I don't like that. I don't like the fact that people don't like Oliver. That's just rude.
Isn't that surprising? Yeah, I love like that whole vibe with
Like
Matt learning and doing. Yeah, it was neat.
The kid's a trip in the books.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
every time he pops in the books, I'm freaking. It's pretty great. So yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
So hopefully, and we got some I love Olivers in the chat too. So we agree, Scott.
All right, let's talk about the White Tower battle.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so in the trailer, what we get is what appears to be Nynaeve standing in the background, right off to the side, as either a witness or some kind of testimony is the only thing I can think of. And they're bringing Leandrin before the Amerlin seat. And then there's that whole battle, right, that takes place. And are we all in agreement that this is the Black Aja trying to break Leandrin free, or it was orchestrated from the get-go with Leandrin? Do you guys think it was impromptu or it was organized?
The whole battle scene that we're gonna see?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, did the Black Aja organize getting Leandrin out of there, or did it just spontaneously happen when she got brought up on charges or whatever? Which is what I'm assuming is happening.
I know that's what we're all assuming is just happening. So assuming even that first point is correct, then the second one would be the most interesting if it's impromptu, I think, to me. But there's all this plotting in the background that is also very fun to watch happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pushing toward impromptu as well, because we really don't know how they communicate. And from what we saw with Leandrin and Lanfear and even, and whatever, it was one-on-one. We never saw a group of them together, which we're gonna definitely see in in this because of Tanchico and whatnot. But everybody, there's a lot of impromptus going on.
Lots of impromptu.
Critter's asking, what if we get the door but not the fin? We riot.
I know. I was like, well, do we become book cloaks? Is that what happens? Like, do we just convert finally?
Yeah, listen.
Is that what breaks us?
if they have the audacity to give us a twisted door frame and not give us the fin.
Oh, hi from the nursery. Did you see that? Hi
yes, I see it.
Yay. Okay, sorry. I thought it was makes me want to cry for some reason. That's so precious.
So Critter, how do you feel about it if they give us the door but not the fin?
I'm still thinking about her in the nursery.
I know.
I'm such a sap. Okay, it's so precious. So what's the question?
So we were talking about whether it was impromptu or planned, the Black Aja attack. So we have a few things. We have a lot of people saying impromptu. Jose is saying planned. Megmaz is saying or Land, Fear, or Mogideon orchestrated it. There's a We Riot is correct. That's not a lie.
Who said if we riot correct? Who are my people here?
That would be Light Blinded Floof.
I knew it would be Light Blinded Floof.
And Caboodle Bree says book cloaks ride. Yeah. It better be a trippy as fuck if we don't get the fin.
Yeah.
You mean
it better? Like,
it
has to be
trippier than the flicker tea. That's what I'm going to call it. Flicker tea. It's got to be. It's got to be
mildly
creepier.
Uncomfortable is what I would call the flicker tea. It was mildly uncomfortable. Like the fin have to be weird, like very strange. Like I want to get chills and like feel it in my tummy.
Yeah, like they can't be human in any way, shape, or form.
No, well, shaped maybe a little, right?
Like, well, I mean,
I'm trying to remember their description, but
they're. I mean, I believe they had like arms, if I'm not mistaken, but they were like slender, but with the characteristics. I don't recall them
very alien.
Like I don't think the snakes had legs. I think they slithered.
Arms and slithered. Okay, yeah.
But the foxes, I think, had legs. So yeah, it would have to be really off the wall, like something so completely not the Wheel of Time to work.
Okay, let's okay, what sci-fi vibe would we want it to go towards? That look, like what would we want? What is that? Let me see.
All right,
I asked a question I didn't have an answer ready for.
No, that's a good question. Okay. Chat. So while we're thinking, you also think how would you like the fin to look on the show? All right, so
I just watched AI Artificial Intelligence, the really old one from 2001.
Yeah.
That with Haley Joel Osment, I think is how you say his name. He was just a little boy then.
Yeah.
So at the end, spoilers, if anyone hasn't seen that, okay, it's been like 20 years. So at the end, you know, have you seen it? There's like these aliens and they're very tall and slender and like their skin is so beautiful. And
so are you so is it similar to the aliens from Star Wars that were the cloning aliens, the ones that cloned all the Clone Warriors? Tall, thin, that'd be cool. I'm thinking
but
more,
it needs to be twisted a little bit.
Yeah.
The thing is, these are beautiful, but if you could just twist that general designer look, like
so beautiful like that. So beautiful like that, but Hellraiser.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
How would you even do that? Oh my god.
Let's see. They very humanoid is Dana Lou. They are both humanoid.
Very Faye also. I like
I envision the cloners from Star Wars. Same thing. Jessica Sedai. Finn has to be creepier than I want the Finn to be Uncanny Valley humans. I don't even know Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley. Familiar. It's a game. I know I played Monument Valley.
The Finn or not just sci-fi, but also a little Faye feeling. Yeah, that's right? True.
Yeah.
Yep. Farscape vibes. I thought about that as well. That's a good one. What?
Someone wants to be like roaches from Men in Black.
Oh jarring. My god, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Okay, so we got NX for Megan Sedai. We have robot snakes, which is so fun.
Robot snakes.
I kind of like this Weekly Wheels response here again. I want them to look like our secret reptilian overlords.
The real Anunnaki. Oh, all right.
The real, right? Like,
The real
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna send people watching Will and Chill like into a whole different direction.
Yeah,
Go
let's
look
not.
up Anunnaki. Good luck, guys.
Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Moonbound says like a little bit like Tim and Eric. That might be too weird for people here too. Critter's like, I gotta get back. We're losing control.
Oh, but somebody did say earlier the Slee stacks, and then somebody said Voldemort. Slee stacks it gets extra points just because it's the Slee stacks, and I love the Slee stacks. But that would be incredible as well.
Polar Express is this bad CGI, which is Uncanny Valley. That's pretty funny. I didn't know that.
That's too funny.
Oh, Silmarillions from Doctor Who. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be really cool.
So we just have to get them, and I will take any of these.
Yeah, I don't care what they look like. Oh, look who's back. Yeah. She was like,
Mom's
okay.
Back.
She's like, I can't leave them
Yay.
alone for 2 minutes.
They've gone too sci-fi. I've got to get back.
Or something.
They mentioned the Anunnaki. I got to get back.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, we started talking sci-fi, weird UFO shit, and Critter came running.
So I'm just saying, like, I mean, even if it's not like the Finn as we picture them in the books, it could just be like, you know, he gets in there and there's like 3 or like 5 tall pillars and you can't really see who's up there, but they're like talking to him with resounding, weird sounding voices.
Like the 3 heads at the TVA or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Just on the wall.
Or like, there was another like in V for Vendetta when it's like,
oh yeah,
like they're like projected. I can't remember exactly what it was like.
Wow,
well, I get it.
Yeah, I think I see where you're headed with that.
Turn your volume up a little bit.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
It is really low, but you have mommy voice, like baby sleeping, talking quiet.
Sorry.
It's sweet.
Okay.
But so we covered what we thought, whether we thought the Aes Sedai battle was impromptu or if it was planned while you were gone. So I don't know if you have thoughts on that. There was a lot of impromptus. Like,
assuming it's Leandrin's trial for being
Aja. Yeah. That's assuming if it's Leandrin's trial, it almost looks like they just jumped out and tried to protect her.
Yeah.
Because I mean, because those Aes Sedai they were fighting would have to be sitters.
Yeah.
And very powerful.
I mean,
it would have to be sitters.
I believe she's a sitter. I assume
there
the
was,
yellow is Chesmal Emery.
Yeah, there was a yellow. There was a yellow, a blue, the gray, and a white.
Yeah.
So in this image that you have up, where Leandrin's in the air with this weaves around her, when I first saw the trailer, it's all so fast. I was like, I thought they were channeling up at her to control her in this bubble. But the more you look at it, it looks more like it's coming out of her, right? And she's using it.
I think like they were still in the
I think it's coming apart,
stilling her, and then it like kind of she ends up channeling out of it and breaks out of it. It's kind of
hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's gonna look so powerful after we see what happened with Logain.
Yeah.
Like to see her not have that happen.
Yeah,
could be really like it's gonna make her seem so powerful.
Yeah, she's gonna look strong.
She breaks it.
Hell.
She's gonna look formidable.
Yeah. It's a big mystery how that's gonna go down. Whether Leandrin expects that she's gonna be put to trial, and then they like plan this or not. I don't know.
Light Blind said he thinks the fire weaves from Swan in the teaser is what creates this fireball.
Yeah, no.
Sith guy thinks it's being redirected.
You're talking about the one around her?
Yes.
I think like
a mouse ball, like she's in the
No, yeah. Like I said, I think it is Swan and them engulfing her in a ball of freaking fire because I think this is the Black Aja trial, and that's when the other ones pop up. And when Swan starts getting attacked, she may lose concentration and it dissipates, or Leandrin might break out of it. One of the two, yeah.
I don't know. I just can't wait to see it.
Because Alana's looking amazing in this shot. I mean, even in the background, she just looks cool.
She's always, which I hate. She's always cool.
Can we?
It's so good they did.
I don't know if you have any other shots of this scene.
The fight.
Yeah, from different angles, like at the beginning of it when
I've got
when
Chesmerl Emery
there's
channeling.
But
Yeah.
is it me or is every other sitter in that room just like asleep? They all look like they got caught completely off guard.
They probably were.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Which is awesome.
Like you see all the sitters in the background just like, oh.
That's how we're gonna see Nynaeve. That's what we were talking about. Isn't she just like there, like, oh, what? Oh no, I can't channel. Oh.
Yeah, look in the back over to the left. They're like, whoa, karate
Yeah.
chops.
The bald woman in the shot, I believe that's Joya.
That is
Bayera.
Joya.
She's
Yeah.
a white Black Aja. Yeah. So, and I'm
Who's
hoping
this
is
yellow right
I
here,
think it's
though?
Chesmerl Emery. I think it's got to be. I'm hoping that's the only Black Aja yellow that I can think of.
While
That
Critter was
outfit
gone,
is sick.
while Critter was gone, I should have done the song.
Why when she's gone? Do you want to do it right now?
Well, I can do it right now.
Yeah, I should probably get out of here soon. So
Okay, well, we'll do this real quick.
So yeah, let's
So, in honor of the trailer and the Grammys and stuff, my rendition. Here we go. This is a parody, and just a smidgen of it because I didn't do a whole lot of it. me. Bella, what have you done? Brown pony girl, saving Amerlins for fun. Yeah. Egwene and Sue are fans of the Brown Pony Club. Yeah, anyways, that was it.
Oh, okay, I love it. I thought we were about to get like Winespring's muted.
Yep, here I am, I'm back.
No,
I thought we were about to get some Kendrick Lamar or something.
No.
Bring it.
Now listen, I do not appropriate certain things.
That's fair. You know what's smart?
But Bella and the Brown Pony Club kicked into my head the moment that the whole chaperone thing blew up after the Grammys.
I love it.
Because it's on every TikTok.
Really?
TikTok.
Because I'm on Kendrick Lamar TikTok.
No, that's
all
changed.
I
Now after the Super Bowl, we switched to
Okay.
Kendrick. But this was during the whole other thing.
And I'm not complaining. I'm
not
loving being on Kendrick Lamar TikTok.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Pink Pony Club has been pretty intense. So well done.
Thank you. That was my 2-second parody
beautiful.
crap.
Okay, so
It wasn't crap.
Before we get out of here, any final things we want to? Oh, one thing I wanted to talk about, which we haven't addressed at all before we leave, is one of the best shots I think in the trailer, just beauty-wise, the shot of Morghese pregnant at Camelin.
Yes.
I assume this is a flashback of her with Elaine. Just a guess.
Could be cold open.
Could be a cold open. Absolutely stunning. It looks so gorgeous.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring it up is because I'm wondering, is Morghese going to die?
What? I'm sorry, what?
This just a thought.
In this season?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay. Okay. Just asking.
I will say that.
Wait, why would she die this season?
Because she's another one of those actors who's in, like, she's booked and busy, and so, like, if they get her to have, like, a very impactful moment and then release her into the wild, that would make sense. And
Would she be the death of a big actress or a
be.
character, and it wouldn't be Moraine? Okay, bye. See you later.
Yeah, so
We'll grieve you forever.
We talked about this as well in the thing the other day. This is one of my favorite shots of the trailer.
Beautiful.
Because of the huge change where they use lionesses and not lions.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up. Did you notice that, Critter?
All the flags, the statues, they're all lionesses.
The windows, they're all lionesses. Yeah.
It's freaking insanely amazing.
That's awesome. Okay. Good pointing that out. Smart, guys. Well done.
Incredible.
And last thing, I don't know if we have to head out, but the last thing that I would want to just put out, and I saw this, I want to say I noticed it like Thursday. I don't know when. I know other people have noticed it, so I know it's out there. But the dragon tattoo that we see on the arm is not Rand al'Thor.
Yeah,
it's
somebody
red,
said it might
it's
be
gold.
Ruark.
Yeah, it's gold.
red.
And
it has little, like a jade eye, which is
something like that. But I believe, and I think a lot of other people believe that's Ruark.
Yeah, I mean he's
he's
got some real thick boy arms.
Well, not only that, but I think the clothing. I saw it through the clothing. I think Watt series, I think, also pointed it out.
There it is.
With images. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
But
we got a
That was a
question.
neat tattoo.
We haven't talked much about Matt. Will we get Matt fighting with the boys with his staff? I think yes.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
in.
Absolutely.
He's in the water training yard when Galad is in the middle. We see Galad do this. We see that Gawain's there getting whooped by Galad. I can see Matt challenging Galad and then being like, "Actually, I could take you both." That's what I'm hoping for.
And like from the Matt teaser, when he's walking and he
looking
knocks
at the
down the
knocking
swords
shit.
on accident.
Yeah.
Like that gives off like pull shark to me. He's like, oh no, I'm so clumsy. I knocked down the swords, and then he kicks their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna be like hollering with excitement.
That looks good. Matt hogging up or just soaking in the I blew the horn thing.
I can't wait to figure out what that's about.
Let me tell you something. With the artist rendition thing in that inn at Tarvalon or the tavern that they're in, it just screamed Gaston to me. Because the drawing looks like Gaston. It doesn't look like Matt.
Yeah.
It looks like Gaston.
I love that. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
we
on that
have some-
note. Oh, what?
Okay. Yes. We could keep going. So you just
could.
call it.
So I
You
think
call
I have
it.
to call it. I think I have to
Yeah.
call it. We're gonna try and keep a tight show this season because I've got a little baby man.
Yes.
And I'm a baby man.
And Tavern's also a little baby man.
I'm a grown ass woman.
And I have an earlier bedtime than I used to have. So I appreciate all of you guys being in the chat. We will do last words, Winespring. Why don't you start?
Last words are there's a reason we could keep talking about this trailer. It's because it's beautiful. There's a lot that happens and we're excited. And I think it's worthy excitement. Every season has gotten better and better and better. And my hopes for this are actually really high. Really high. This is going to be entertaining, bingeable even. And I think the storyline is going to come together even more for people who have not read the books. And for those who've read the books. Like I think it's going to do a lot. The hype is real for a reason. And just to conclude, come back on Thursdays on X at 11 a.m. because we're going to just keep talking about it. It's hard to stop. And hopefully we get some more Watt Wednesday drops to talk about. Like we have just a few more weeks until the show's out. So let's speculate as much as we can before they give us the answers. The speculation is fun.
Speculation is so much fun. It's Wheel of Time classic.
Yeah, and we're so glad you're back, Kritter. This is really fun to have you. And it's always cool to have your insights. And this whole taking a break to take care of your baby is the best thing ever. So it's really sweet. Yeah. So anytime you can do it. It's really great. We all loved it.
Okay.
That's amazing.
All right, Tavern, last words.
One, I'm super excited. They've been just juicing up the show every year. And you can tell right from the trailer how much they've put into each season. So kudos to them on that. And just like any other fantasy or sci-fi show out there, it usually takes a season or two. By the third, I mean, if you look at Game of Thrones, it was like season 3 or 4 that really went off in 5. And I think that Wheel of Time is going to see that success as well. Yeah, fingers crossed. I just hope that they see it and they look at the hearts of the fans as opposed to the numbers on the sheets.
I think the numbers on the sheets are going to be great.
I think so too.
Yes, there we go. That's the energy we need to bring.
Yep. But anyways, that's it.
Okay. I too think this is my favorite trailer. Honestly, it looks closer to the books than it's ever been, and I am just so unbelievably hyped. It also looks beautiful. Like it's giving Rings of Power as far as visuals go. I think they
changed the aspect ratio.
They upped their game visually. The acting is always amazing. I've always enjoyed the writing, and it does feel like they're leaving closer to the books. So I'm really excited. Very happy to be back. Thank you for bearing with me as I had to leave and come back. We will, I don't believe, be live next week as a Wheel and Chill show. I'll let you know if something changes in if I decide to go live. I don't think I will, but just so you know. But whenever things happen, whenever things drop, I imagine 2 weeks from now, we'll probably have a Wheel and Chill show. So just be looking for that. Be looking at our socials for announcements. And it's amazing to be back. Thank you all in the chat on TikTok, on YouTube. If you're there on Twitch, on X for Winesprings X, all of it. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channels, wherever you are, if you haven't yet, because we'll be back for sure. And we'll talk to you all soon. Nice Winespring with the fireworks.
You just never know.
We'll see you all later.
Bye.